Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV video. Today I'm going to show you guys what to sell on the market board to make some gil in patch 7.3. Before we continue with this video, if you guys want to support my channel and get my gil videos a day early, consider becoming a YouTube member or Patreon supporter for just $1 a month. Links are in the description down below. Disclaimer as always, make sure you check your market board on your server to see which items are selling for the most. This way you guys don't waste time selling something that just doesn't want to move. Also, again, if anything bombs on your server, don't blame me. People are going to do that regardless. Alright, so I have a couple of items here on my list. Most of them that I've sold myself. So we're going to start with the tombstone materials. Obviously, if you have prepped before the patch, you should have a crap ton of these already to sell, like I did. Alright, so the first thing is going to be the Neo abrasives. Now, these are for the rhodochrosite, which is going for 8.5 thousand on my server. I tend to do like stacks of 99, but sometimes stacks of 50 as well. So, today is I think the 15th, so they have been selling all day. They were up to 12,000, of course. You know, we get people who try to undercut and try to get faster sales as per usual, but I think 8,500 is pretty decent. Next is the pelt, which is going for 10k if this person's an undercut like an idiot. Sales history, as you can see here, it still was in the 11,000 mark before somebody started bombing them. But they do sell pretty consistently. You only need, I think it was 4 for each item. The skins, around 10,994. They are selling quite nicely at the same price, which is good. The hydrophobic preservatives, because the accessories are from Carpenter, that's why these are usually the fastest sellers. They definitely have gone down, and this person did the opposite what you should be doing. Never do this, okay? Just try to put them in one slot and not trying to get as many on there as possible so only you get bought out. You're just going to drive the prices down. So these were up higher. I actually sold mine when they were 10,000. So I tried to rebalance it like I did here. Somebody dropped it down to 9,999. I bought that out so I can go back up to 10,000. But I guess my efforts were in vain. But these ones I would say are the most I've sold of all the items. That's going to be it for the tombstone materials. Next is the mason abrasives, which was from the purple scripts. And these are going for 34,000. You also get them through cosmic exploration. I think 1,000 cosmic credits. So yeah, these are going like hotcakes, and they will be added into the crafter tribe in 7.35. So expect that to happen there, but these are definitely worth selling. Next is the gatherable item Cordia sap, which you actually need for the tri solution. So these are for gatherers only, so it's going to be on the cheap side. So 1450, and they're selling pretty decently all day. Let's just check how many you need. So you need 4 per tri-solution, which is not bad. Next is the levinchrome aethersands. Obviously, you'll be needing these for the new food, for battle jobs, and of course the battle gear in 7.4, so be wary of that. These prices will most likely go up. You just need 1 per item, so that's why they're kind of cheapish at 2,400 each. And they're doing quite nicely. I would say stacks of 99 would be worthwhile, since you're going to need a lot of these. Oh, also the coke, I forgot that's down here. The shaaloani coke is going for almost 10,000 gil. So yeah, they're doing pretty nice as the rest of the materials. Next, the condensed solution, which is from orange scripts, which is going for 9,900, which is not bad. But yeah, they're doing pretty good, selling all day. Now we're going to go into the materia. I've only sold gathering materia because I finished my gathering melds. I did not finish my crafter melds on my offhands outside of alchemist and culinarian. But as you probably can tell, crafter materia will also be on the list here, but that's an honorable mention. So this is gathering 11s, which is going for 2,500. And they're not as fast selling as the other materials because most people are probably going to wait until 7.4 to meld. But you probably can meld right now anyway. So they're going for quite nicely, so leave it at that. That's for gathering 11. This is gather 12, which is going a little bit higher for 5,000. But the fact is you need grade 11s more than grade 12s. I would probably say that the reverse um, amounts should have been it, but apparently grade 12 or more because it's harder to get grade 12 than grade 11. So these ones are still not selling as fast, but it is what it is. You might get lucky on your server. Perception, 11, is going for almost 10,000 gil. Again, don't do this because this is probably a bot doing stupid stuff, so don't do that. Try to sell them in low quantities because low quantities sell a bit faster. So grade 12 perception is selling faster than the other ones. And this is grade 12, which is 4,988. So it's a little bit lower because, like I said, it's grade 12. You don't need that much of them. But they are selling better than the gatherer materia. Then you got, of course, got your GP, which should be expensive because you're melting your accessories. Yeah, so grade 11 GP is pretty high, almost 10,000 gil. Selling quite nicely all day. And then you got your grade 12s, which is pretty surprising. I thought they'd go higher than that. When I sold mine, they're definitely way overpriced, but I guess people got their melds in already, so probably want to skip gathering and perception and GP and just go straight for perception. So that is the materia. Now, the treasure map of the Gargantua, this has dropped horrendously. So it was over 400,000, but as time goes on, people got their yen mount, their yen minion, the cat minion and all that. These ultimately drop off, but if you don't have anybody to do this with, go ahead and sell them for gil. So they're going for 94,000 as of right now, and people are buying them out. Okay, so basically that's everything on my list. The honorable mentions obviously would be the crafting materia and also the ceremonial battle gear as well, because you can upgrade it for the new item level. And I believe I do have something in here I can show you. See if I can find one. We have, I think 750, yeah. So these ones a little bit stronger than the 740 counterparts. So people usually would buy the 740 high quality rings or the cheapest one and then pass them in for the tokens to upgrade their body armor and stuff like that. So ultimately people will do that if they're trying to raise their item level, buy the cheapest item and then pass those in. Okay, so now let's go over to my retainers. So this one here is when I sold the treasure maps. Also, I forgot to mention the minion. These are still going over for 400,000 on my server. Made a video on how to catch these, so you guys can check out that video. This is when this the game or the patch came out, which was on the 6th, and as you can see, they started going down the day after. So that's why it was good to sell those then. Probably not now. If you're lucky enough to get the yen mount, you pretty much are looking at a couple of million right there. So I made 1.2 million. Here's all the items I've sold from the tombstone vendor. So here are the hydrophobic preservatives, which I sold the most. A stack of 99 was going for over $1 million, which is crazy. The neo abrasives, the mason abrasives, I actually sold for 1.3 million. I actually had to get more because I actually was thinking about doing my offhands. Still haven't done that yet. The condensed solution, I sold whatever I had for stock. The neo abrasives, more preservatives, more neo. The coke I had here, the aethersand, I've only sold 29 because I was using the rest of them that I had. The gatherable items, they kind of dipped in price, but those are honorable mentions like the octahedrite, rhodochrosite, the Cordia logs, stuff like that. The pigments, so I also want to sell those as well. And there's the sap down here. Obviously I've sold more before that, but that only goes down to the 8th. So that was 14.5 million gil. And this one here, 2.6 was from materia. Once I finished my gather melds, I ended up selling all my stocked up materia. So I got really, really lucky with my gather melds. I only blew up like 53 on the last piece of gear that I had to make, so I had a crap ton left over. And because I don't plan on melding anymore until 8.0, the gathering materia was basically just money in my pocket. And if you're wondering where the hell I got 44 million on this retainer, funny little story. Me and one of my free company members were doing the treasure maps that I got from the Moogle event. I ended up getting saved on the 4th invocation, from the Mughal tombstone map, and I ended up getting a save on one of them, and bam, the little guy that shows up after you get the silver popped up, and I got Emmett Stokes minion, which I sold for 45 million. That's just with the tax, and I was the only one on the market board, so I got extremely lucky. And the rest of it was from the Occult Crescent and the Cosmic Exploration, because some of these were going up in price. So that's where the 45 million kill came from. But that's not part of the video. I just like to brag about it. Alright, so this basically was 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 million from patch 7.3 in the past week and a half. Alright guys, so pretty much that's everything that I have sold in patch 7.3 to make myself millions of gil. So hopefully on your server, prices are still high that you guys can capitalize. And this is why it's important to make sure you prep your tombstone materials before patches like 7.3 and so on and so forth. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the rest of my channel for more Final Fantasy XIV content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, and I'm surprised I did this all one take. That's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new for more Final Fantasy XIV content and help with the YouTube algorithm. If you guys want to support my channel even further, consider becoming a YouTube member, Patreon supporter, or help me on Ko-Fi. The links for those will be in the description down below, as well as my Discord. And an extra special shout out to the members on screen. So until next time, if you ever walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut, and always remember to keep forging ahead.